Hello and welcome to my channel where I'm supposed to do food reviews, but as usual, I haven't been doing them in a while because I'm going through some shit. So let me tell you what I'm going through now. Do you like my hair, by the way? I got it colored and then I colored it, like, put toner on it. I'm still not crazy about the color. It just looks kind of, what is it, ashy? I want it more like pretty blonde. You would not believe the shit I'm going through. So this Bravada treatment that I've been on is not working. I think it's making me worse. And I want to go to Austin to this clinic that is 47 miles away. Every time I call my insurance to talk to them about it, they just automatically transport me to a phone number. And I'm speaking to someone in the Philippines. No offense to the Filipino workers. But those workers, all they do all day is just, they're just data entry. Where do you want to go? What's the address? What day? They can't answer questions. They don't talk much. And I expect them to because it's not their job. But it's like rideshare. So they do my insurance, which is United, AARP, and Rocky Mountain. They handle all three for rides. So, because I have United Healthcare, that's my Medicare that I got. Like, I don't have basic. I have basic Medicare, but it's a Medicare plan that I got through, kind of like you can get Blue Cross Blue Shield or whatever. So they tell me this. Okay, first of all, this place that I want to go to is 47 miles away. They do up to 50 miles, which I think is bullshit because every time I go in one of those rideshare like MedLift, and they have different companies, every time they pick me up, when I talk to them, they say, yeah, we drive people 4 or 5 hours to their appointment. I have a friend, he has Medicaid, and I also have Medicaid. But I don't think my Medicaid pays for rides, which is bullshit because I also have Medicare. It's all messed up. It's all messed up. So anyway, this Bravada treatment's not working. And 47 miles away is a treatment center that does real ketamine that may help me. Don't stop off this video because I know I've talked to this before. You just wait to the middle part toward the end. You wait till I tell you what else is going on. So I'm getting a runaround with that. When I call my insurance, they tell me, why have you even made the appointment yet? Because we won't do it, but maybe we can, but I don't know. And I'm like, no, I haven't made the appointment. I was like, first of all, if I make the appointment, I need a ride up there. Second of all, is my insurance, are you even going to pay for the treatments? Because you're already paying for this Bravada. That's X-ketamine. But they're going to see that as ketamine. They're not going to let me do 2 ketamines. So if they allow me to go to Austin and do the ketamine, they're going to stop this ketamine. Well, what's the problem with that? Well, by the time they turn this one off, the nose spray ketamine, and say, okay, you can't do that no more now, but now you can start going to this clinic, everything's good up. How am I going to get there if they only travel 50 miles? And even though the place is 47 miles, every time I call that calling center, they tell me it's 57 miles. So what I'm saying is I'm going to convince them, and I'm going to need a prior authorization. It's probably going to get turned down several times. But once it gets approved, if it ever does, it's like, okay, you're approved. Don't do the ketamine up the nose locally, which is actually the next town over, which I need a ride for. Because I cannot drive with these treatments because they make you loopy. As soon as I get approved to go to the big city, okay, then are you gonna approve the ride though? Because you only do 50 miles. It would just, you see what I'm saying? Like, they're not giving me a definite answer if they're gonna take me to this appointment if I get the appointment and if my insurance covers it. I need to know that first. Because what is the use of having an insurance approve of treatments when you can't even get there? my first concern is to have transportation first, not transportation later. I can't afford an Uber or a Lyft an hour and an hour back twice a week. That would be ridiculously expensive. Ridiculously. So no. And I might be able to find someone to take me, but they're going to have to sit there for 3 hours. And I'm going to have to pay them. And gas is expensive. I'm also going to have to pay them for wear and tear on their car, gas, and the fact that they sit there for 3 hours waiting on me. You add all that up, I might as well get an Uber. On top of all that, I still feel like I'm losing my mind. Like, I kind of want my old depression back. Am I still depressed? Yes. But I can't sleep. You know, I was on Prozac years ago, and it never made me happy. All it did was feel like, and I've said this before, picture a zombie. Okay? That has no feelings, but is on a shitload of cocaine and caffeine and whatever, but it's not happy though. That's what I feel like on Prozac. I could not sleep on Prozac. This Zoloft, besides the diarrhea, I don't sleep. I'm still not sleeping. And like normally with my depression, I can sleep 10 hours, 12 hours, 18 hours. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't having anxiety. And if I did have a little bit, it wasn't too bad, and I dealt with it. But I'm still not sleeping. And I wake up just like, I wake up wide awake, but at the same time, throughout the day, I'm like, I don't know, have you ever been overly tired, right? Overly tired. You stayed up way too long, maybe a day and a half or 2 days. You're overly tired, but you can't sleep. That you know that feeling, and that is not a fun feeling. That is what I'm experiencing. I am overly tired, but I can't sleep. But you're happy. No, I'm not happy. I'm taking my antidepressant, and I'm taking Spravato, esketamine, shooting it up the nose twice a week, 3 times Monday, 3 times Thursday. Okay? That's why I may label this, I want my old depression back. Because my old depression was still depression, but at least I slept. This depression is still depression, but I have no rest. I have no sleep. And I feel like I haven't slept for 3 days, and someone is purposely shooting me up with, I don't even say caffeine, like a pill that makes you not sleep. I feel like some military experiment where back in the day they gave people not caffeine, but they gave them like a pill of some sort. You know, like Provigil is a pill that keeps you awake, but it's not caffeine. I feel like someone is giving me medicine that is forcing me to stay awake, and I've been awake for way too long. Do I sleep? I sleep a little bit, but not enough. Not enough. All I could say is if you've ever been up for 3 or 4 days, you're so tired, you're overly sleepy, and you can't sleep. It is not a nice feeling. So I went to the gym, and now I'm just home. As usual, I can't watch TV. I can't get into anything. I'm depressed. You know, I have no interest. The gym, it's more like my OCD just kicks in and says, well, you know, since you can't enjoy your life, since you can't do anything to entertain you or a hobby, just go to the gym and work out. So I just put my music on. I'm not happy with my music, by the way. It just plays in the background. And I just work out for the games, right? But I'm not really enjoying it. And then I come home and then I just like, I lay down to try to nap, and I can't sleep. I might nap for 10 minutes. The Ativan the following doctor put me on, I don't think she has me on enough. And it calms my anxiety down better than the Xanax did, but it didn't help me sleep. And the Ambien that she put me on, for it to mildly work, I have to first take my Ativan. I don't want to mix the two. I'm not stupid. Although if I did, maybe it would help. But I don't do that. I'm not doing that. I take the Ativan and then I wait like 2 hours. Because it hopefully makes me calm. I'm in a calm mode. Then I take the Ativan. Then I take the Ambien sleeping pill. And then I go straight to bed and stay in bed. And I lay there and lay there and lay there and lay there and lay there. I finally fall asleep, and just a few hours later, I'm back wired again. So I'm good notion to start cutting back on this Zoloft because I don't want to quit cold turkey, but start lowering my milligrams and staying on it for maybe 2 more weeks. And just tell the doctors, look, I lowered my milligrams. I stayed on it for 2 more weeks, maybe 2.5. It never worked. I stayed on it and lowered it because maybe eventually it may kick in. But at the same time, if it doesn't, then after 2.5 weeks, I can just get off. Because by then, I would have already been on lower milligrams. Because they started me on 25 milligrams cut in half, which is 15. They said after 2 weeks, go to 25. I waited 1 week and went to 25. The doctor said that's not a big deal because 25 is low. Then I was on 25 milligrams, which is a low dose, for over 3 weeks. Now I'm on 50, and I've only been on 50 for a few days. And sometimes I cut it in half to where it's back to 25. Because I feel like I'm rushing in. Like, I think I've talked to so many people, and they said when you go to 25 to 50, that's when it can get really, the diarrhea, the sleeplessness. And another problem too is come the 29th of this month, I'm going to talk to my pain doctor, and I'll probably be back on my hydrocodone. Well, guess what? I'm not allowed to take any Ativan or Ambien sleeping pill when I'm on hydrocodone. So now my anxiety is going to be back, and then I won't have nothing to sleep. Nothing to help me sleep. And getting off the Zoloft may cause worse anxiety. Because maybe it's helping a little bit, and I won't have nothing. I won't be able to take the Ativan. You can't take it while you're on hydrocodone. So it's just, you know, I normally can cope. But anytime a big change happens in my life, like a move or something stressful that normal people can handle, I cannot handle. If every day is exactly the same, little bumps, like, you know, let's say like me and my boyfriend go to our favorite restaurant and it's closed. I'm like, well, what do we eat now? That's a little bump for me. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, your taxes is more than doubling. Your house is on land you don't own. Those are major bumps. Or, hey, you have to move. Your insurance. Not that this has happened. Like, let's say my insurance just dropped. Or, I found out I had, like, a really bad illness. Or I needed an operation. Those things make my anxiety hit the ceiling, go parabolic into other universes, and it's going fast, and it's just dragging me, and I'm like, as it's going up, you know. And then right along behind it, depression. But depression that I can't sleep. When I have anxiety, I can't sleep. And with these antidepressants, I definitely cannot sleep. So yeah, I want my whole depression back. My depression that was just depression. And not only do I want the old depression back, this depression's worse. I'm seriously, and I've talked to a lot of my friends, I've even talked to my doctors. They think that the Spravato is possible. It even says could worsen depression. I've talked to people that's been on Spravato and they said their depression got worse. I've talked to people that are on Zoloft, been on it for a month or two. They say their depression actually got worse. But does it say it on the label? Yeah. It says taking this may worsen your depression and anxiety. If I knew I could make it, I would just get off all my medications. But until the situation with the land, the taxes, and then how do I deal with the depression of the fact that my boyfriend has been gone for 2 months and I just mope around the house since he's been gone. And people say go to the gym. I go to the gym all the time now. If I don't go every day, I go every other day. Do you think I like going to the gym? No. Do you think I have anxiety going to the gym? Yeah. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the times when I go to the gym, I stay till closing. Then I sit in my car and then I don't want to go home. Why don't you want to go home? Well, first of all, it's a reminder I may lose this house. And second of all, I'm going home to an empty, lonely house where I know the depression is just going to suck me back in again. So it's just, it's a cycle. Why don't you go socialize? Go out with your friends. First of all, I don't have a whole lot of friends here. And the friends that I do have, I've just fallen out of friendship with them. I mean, I'm still their friend, but like hanging out with them and interacting with them, it's just not the same anymore for me. You know, me and my boyfriend, our interaction, there's just, it's like a puzzle piece that goes together. But my interaction with my old friends, it's just kind of like, you know, because they've changed, I've changed, or they've stayed the same and I've changed, or I've stayed the same and they've changed, you know, whatever. No hate, no argument, no blame, you know, on who's right and wrong on that. And then, you know, what my values have changed. Like, I don't like drinking. I never liked bars. I used to love clubs. I don't like bars. I've never liked bars. I still don't like bars. I don't like drinking and I don't like showing up and making like, hey everyone. I'm more of I just want to travel and see cool places with my boyfriend and have our peace and quiet. I don't want the pressure of mingling with people. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. You know, at my age, it's not that I want to settle down. My whole life I've wanted to settle down with one person. Even when I was younger. Like, even when I was, you know, going to raves and clubs, because I've always hated bars. I just wanted someone special in my life to, like, spend quality time with. And not have to mingle and party and show my face and be the life of the crowd and be, you know, what's that word? So the socialite and be social. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not into that. I'm so not. I was never into that. And now that I'm older, I definitely am not into that. I'm definitely not into that. You know, there's just something intimate when it's just two people spending quality time exploring somewhere, you know, and have each other's back and don't have to talk superficially and don't have to impress each other and don't have to be the light, the socialite, or feel accepted in the social club and on and on and on and that bullshit, you know? It's nice to just be with someone and you know each other. You know each other. And it could be, with young people, it could be 2 or 3 guys or girls or whatever that hang out that know each other, like their little small group. Of course, that can be that way too. Nothing wrong with that. I feel bloated. I don't know why. I've gained weight again. Now my face is getting round. And just a few days, I just gained a few pounds. I'm like, where did this come from? But I am eating now a little bit now. The Ativan is calming down my nerves enough, which is my stomach. So that's a good thing. But at the same time, like, losing all that weight kind of made me feel like, wow, maybe I can get rid of this belly fat. Oh, there's that guy walking again. Maybe it's a different one. I don't know. I don't have my glasses on. There's this guy. He's a shady person that works in my neighborhood. Really shady. This whole neighborhood's shady. I wish I could sleep tonight. Hope I can sleep tonight. That's it for the update.